Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a new Colourpop collection and I feel like I haven't filmed a Colourpop video in like a minute. I've like missed like the last couple launches just because I've been super busy and stressed, but yeah, we have a new collection. This one is very neutral. It's just like a nude collection. We have 6 new eyeshadow quads for like packaging, which I love this packaging so much, so I'm glad that they're doing some more of these. And then we have cheek palettes as well, and these ones all have a Super Shock highlighter, a bronzer, and then 2 blushes in them. So let me just go ahead and get into it. These are launching when you guys are watching this today, August 5th at 10 a.m. PST. As always, you guys can use my code, it's just KATRINA, and it'll save you 10% off the Colourpop website. They have not posted this yet as I'm filming this, but I feel like they're probably going to post it right after I'm done filming. From what I'm seeing online, the eyeshadow quads will be $9 each. The cheek palettes will be $12 each. So those are the prices. I'll be doing swatches, a tutorial, and then giving you guys my review as usual. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm going to go ahead and start off first with the eyeshadow quads. I really love the packaging on all of these, like the boxes. They're all super like monochromatic neutrals. I just think it looks really aesthetically pleasing, like the boxes themselves. This is just so nice. I love that. Like I said, we have 6 eyeshadow quads, so I'll just with like the lightest ones and I'll work my way to the darker ones. So the first one that we have is Free to Be, and this one just looks like your typical everyday lighter neutrals. I feel like this would be really pretty on like fair to light skin tones. There's a cream, there are no shimmers in any of these. They're all matte palettes. And this one just has like a cream color shadow, a like cool tone brown, a little bit more of like a tan color, and then a darker like neutral brown. We have Dare to Bear, and this one is more cool tone. It's pretty much the same as the last palette, just in like a cool toned version of it. A cream color shadow, a more like taupey brown, a little bit more like a neutral cool tone brown, and then this like cool tone deeper brown, which I love this color brown for like eyeliner. It's like perfect. Next one that we have is She's a Natural, and this one again still more on the lighter side. We have like a more tan beige tone in here, then we have like a little bit more of like a warmer brown, a little bit more of like a neutral brown, and then like a darker brown in here. We have Bare It All, which I think is my personal favorite. Cream peachy kind of transition color in here. This like perfect crease color. A little bit more of a darker mid-tone brown, and then this deeper brown in here. We have So Au Naturel, which this one is a lot warmer. This is actually the one that I have on my eyes right now. This one has like a little bit more of like an orange transition shade, a little bit of a warmer like mid-tone brown, a deeper like reddish tone brown, and then this darker brown in here. So basically, they're all browns. I feel like I've said brown 100 times. And the last one that we have is Down to Earth, and this one is a lot deeper, a lot richer. Same kind of tones, but just a little bit more on the deeper side. Like this mid-tone brown, this like warm, rich, reddish tone, a brown, and then a black in here. So those are all 6 of the eyeshadow quads. Next we have 4 of the new cheek palettes. So the difference between this one than like the ones that came out last time is these ones have a bronzer in them. The other ones I think were just all blushes if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so each one has 1 Super Shock highlighter, a bronzer, and then 2 blushes, and they are all matte bronzers and blushes. So this one that we have is Just a Flush, and this one is like a more mauvey, like cool tone pink palette, and the bronzer in here is pretty light. I would say this would work on like fair skin tones. We have Born to Blush, which is a more like a light to light medium, I would say. This one has like more of a like warm lighter gold highlighter. This bronzer was a little light on me, so just keep that in mind. And then I actually really like both of these 2 blushes. We have At First Crush, which this bronzer did match me, but the highlighter is a little dark, so again, keep that in mind if you're like a similar skin tone as I am. But this one is a little bit for like more medium skin tones, I would say. The highlighter is like a warm like bronzy gold. The bronzer in here worked perfect on me, and then I really like both of these blushes. Last but not least, we have Such a Rush. This one's really pretty for deeper skin tones. I know that the blush palette that they came out with last time went pretty deep, so that was really nice to see. So I'm glad that we have like one a little bit before that deeper one from last time. For like warm gold highlighter, this bronzer is like more on the warm side, and then we have 2 blushes down here. So yeah, so that is everything in this collection. I will link everything down below for you. I'll put pricing, all that good stuff. in the description box. And like I said, my code will be working on this collection, so if you guys want to use that, I really appreciate it. I will link that down below for you as well. But yeah, so if you guys want to see how I got this look using the collection and to hear my final thoughts on everything, then just keep watching. Okay, so I already have my eyes primed right now. I think I'm going to use the So Au Naturel one, just because I feel like these are the colors that I like to wear the most. So I'm just going to use this one. I just go ahead and start off with Laid Back, which is this shade. I normally would probably just go in with that and call it a day, but I want to try to use every color in this one since they are so small. So it's just like a nice like transition shade, a nice like warm orangey toned transition. Okay, so then I'm gonna go in with Just Be, which is that shade right there, and I'm just gonna take that again pretty much in the crease. I'm gonna start off in the outer corner just so most of the color payoff is there, and then I'll just drag whatever is left into the crease. I have a smaller brush. I'm just taking the Colourpop E9. The brush I was using before is the Colourpop E2, but I'm gonna go in with this darker brown shade and kind of just smoke this along my lash line right here, just to kind of make it nice and smoky. A little bit on this outer corner, but I'm not taking it too high up because I want it to just kind of look nice and smoky right there. And then lastly, I'm going to go ahead and just take the darkest brown in here. This one's called Livin'. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to take that a little bit lower and just kind of create this like gradual smoky effect. I'm actually going to take a little bit of the first shade that we use as my transition shade. I'm going to put that on the lid just to kind of add some color there. Go back with that little smaller brush with this shade right here and just kind of re-intensify that. So just something super simple like that, just nice and smoky, but still like really like simple on the eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and just do my foundation really quick, and then we'll try out the new blush quads. So I'll be right back. So I went ahead and just did my foundation really quick, foundation, concealer, and powder. Use one of the new cheek palettes. So I really liked the ones that they initially launched the first time. I literally used this one, Cookie Cluster, every single day. Like I take this with me if I go somewhere now. Like this is like my go-to. So I'm excited to have some more. And I like that these ones actually have bronzers in them. Hopefully the bronzer in this one works for me. I'm gonna use Born to Blush, and I think this is like the second lightest one. I was gonna use Just a Flush, but this one's a little bit more like on the cool tone, like blush color, and I like the highlighter in this one. I might use the highlight in this, but that one's like a little too mauvey for me. So I'm going to try this one and just see how it works. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully this bronzer will work. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this bronzer. It's called All the Feels. I think these are all new shades. The names sound new to me. So I'm just taking some of this bronzer. It's like a little light. Okay, maybe I could probably use the other one. This one is called At First Crush. I think that bronzer actually might work a little bit better, but the highlight in this one is like a little too dark for me. That's the only thing that sucks. It's like either the highlighter is too dark or like something else, but the bronzer in this one seems to be a little bit better for my skin tone at least. Bronzer is called Giddy Like. I like the bronzer in this one, so let's go ahead and try the blush. I'm going to take, I think this one's called Got Butterflies. It's this like corally shade, and these are all matte. Ooh, that's really pretty. A little intense. I think actually I might tone that down just a little bit, but it's a really pretty color. Tone that down just a little bit with whatever was left on my brush from setting my under eyes. For the highlighter, I think I'm gonna use the one that was in Born to Blush. So it's like it'll work a little bit better on my skin tone than the other one. I'm just gonna take a little bit, yeah. And these are just Super Shock highlighters, which I love. I'm also going to take that down the center of my nose, but I am going to contour my nose really quick. So let me do that, and then we'll finish up the lower lash line. So I went ahead and just contoured my nose really quick. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to like contour my nose and like bake because of my new piercing, but we made it work. It's all good. Let's go ahead and just finish up this lower lash line. I'm just going to take this shade that we used earlier and just basically smoke this look out. The shades in here are actually really pigmented. Like, I barely took any right now. And super pigmented. I'm going to take a little bit of that dark brown and just put that on the outer corner of the lower lash line. Just kind of connect that to the top up here. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back and give you guys my final thoughts. I had just finished up the rest of my makeup, and for my lips, by the way, because I know I'm probably gonna get asked, I'm wearing the Fenty Honey Waffles Cream Gloss Bomb. It's just the one that I wear all the time. But yeah, so this is the finished look, and I really like how this look turned out. It's like nice and warm. It's kind of giving me like pre-fall vibes, which I'm here for. So let me give you guys my thoughts on this collection. I will be the first person to always be like, I'm tired of neutrals, but there's just something about little tiny neutral palettes that just like I'm obsessed with. If you guys know, I use the Fenty Beauty Snap Shadows and #1 True Neutrals. This little tiny palette literally comes with me everywhere. I take this with me traveling. I take this with me in my purse sometimes. Like, this little tiny palette, I live, and this is like the only eyeshadow palette I honestly wear anymore. Like, it's really like, if I'm gonna have neutrals, I like them to be in like little mini palettes like this. So I'm not too mad at these. Like, I actually really like them. I like this acrylic packaging that they have that like snaps closed. I know when the cheek palettes launched last time, there were some issues with like some of them not closing all the way. My one that I wear all the time, that one doesn't close all the way, but I haven't had any issues with it like opening up or anything, so it's not too bad. But all of the ones that I got today from this launch, they all actually snap closed. So I'm glad that they fixed the packaging on that. But out of these 6 little eyeshadow quads, my favorite ones are Au Naturel, which is the one that I wore today. I also love Bare It All. I can definitely see myself keeping this one like in my bag and stuff. This is just like shadows that I wear every single day. And then if I want something a little bit deeper, I will use Down to Earth. I really like this one too, especially because it does have a black eyeshadow in there. If I were to like travel or anything, I would literally just take these two. I think these two are like really good companion palettes as well. You can't go wrong with like taking a black eyeshadow with you anywhere, because I feel like black, you can do so many things with it. You can do like an eyeliner, like, you know, there's a lot of use for like a black eyeshadow. So I really like both of these ones, Bare It All and Down to Earth. Those two are my favorite, but I also really like the one that I used today as well, which was Au Naturel. Can't see myself reaching for this one. This one is Free to Be. It's just like a little too light, but I do like that there is like a little cream colored shadow in there. Also, don't see myself reaching for Dare to Bare. This one is like the more cool toned one. It's pretty, and especially like I know there's like a lot of people love cool tone eyeshadow, so I'm glad that they did one in like a little quad like this. I really just wear like warm tones for the most part, but if I did want something like neutral, this is really nice. But I just don't see myself reaching for that one that much. Natural, this one's cute. This one is like okay, it's like a little lighter than I would normally gravitate towards something for like every day, but it is still really cute. But definitely the 3 that I mentioned before are my favorites. For the cheek palettes, I thought they did another quad that was more for like deeper skin tones as well. I think this one is actually a nice like step before the one that came out in the last launch. One is really nice. I'm glad that they did that. For me personally, I think my favorite one is Born to Blush, just because I feel like I can use the bronzer. The bronzer was like a little light, but I can make it work. But the blushes and the highlight, this one works for me all over. And then I really liked At First Crush as well. This bronzer was perfect for me, and I love this like coral shade in there. The thing that sucks is the highlighter in this one is like a little too dark for me, but I could probably make it work, honestly. I feel like the cheek palettes, like there's always, that's the thing I don't like about cheek palettes in general, is like a lot of times like the bronzer will be like too light, highlighter will be like too dark, or like vice versa, you know, like sometimes it just doesn't always like match up. But I mean, they're still nice. I really like the one that I used today. But yeah, overall that's kind of just like my final thoughts on everything. I do recommend the little palettes, especially if you're like me and like I honestly don't switch up like my eyeshadows and stuff anymore. Like I just am so busy that like I have my go-to look, and something like this little with just a couple eyeshadows works perfectly for me and just like my life now. Big palettes to me just like aren't, like I just don't like them anymore. Like it's not for me anymore. I personally love like these little tiny palettes. Yeah, I just use like 1 or 2 eyeshadows if I am going to do my makeup, so this is perfect for me. So also like that, I definitely would recommend picking these up. I know that neutrals are for the most part pretty boring, but I still wear them every day, so I can't even complain. Yeah, anyways, I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you guys did like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.